What's up, internet? It's Dumbass Panicos Gaming, and we're hunting for a shiny Phione again. So we're just gonna get right into it. So yeah, hopefully today we'll get up to hopefully we get the shiny, but I'm not exactly hopeful about that. But we should get up to around 200 eggs, or not even around, but we'll get up to that number. So this should be number 3, and I should need 2 more. Yep, cool. At least the eggs are spawning pretty fast, even if they're not, they're going to take forever to hatch, but this at least speeds it up a little bit. I love how I said that the eggs were spawning fast and the last one took forever. Of course it would. Alright. Yep. And away we go. I should really go pick up those berries one of these days. Before I actually start the stream, just so I can plant new ones. But I'll worry about that some other time. Let's just hatch some Phione. I'm a little surprised that Phione isn't a pink shiny. I feel like the blue blue Pokemon typically end up being pink when they're with their shiny forms. But oh well. At least it's got something distinct about it. That little yellow gem. Instead of the whatever the normal color is. Because, yeah, otherwise I wouldn't be able to tell if one was shiny. If you put them side by side, then I might be able to tell. But, I mean, that holds true for, Gengar as well. And Gengar is a terrible shiny. Why am I trying to do 60 of these tonight? Goddamn. It's so bizarre to me that, the hatching takes so much longer in this than Sword and Shield. I get the bike and sword has, the boost, but, even considering that, it's, that can't be all of it. Let me double check something real quick, sorry. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that the playlist was shuffling and not just playing in order. Alright. Oh my god, these take so long to hatch. Like, obviously I know that because I've hatched a few of them so far. But like, still. It's just like surprising every time you start and it just like takes forever. Oh, I should probably check that ruin as well, where the spirit tomb spawns. I highly doubt I've talked to enough people in the underground so far, but it's possible. Let's see. So I guess that tells me kind of how far along I am on that, but I'm not like far. I haven't talked to enough people to get the spirit tomb to spawn, I guess. That'd be my assumption. I could probably look up what that meant. But I suspect that message is that crying coming from inside. I suspect that means that I'm close, but I'm not quite there. Because I am like, I think I do remember that being the thing, is like, it'll kind of tell you how far along you are, but like, not actually say it. Granted, I don't at all remember how many people you have to talk to in the underground to make that spawn, but oh well. To be fair, I guess I already have a shiny spirit tomb, so it doesn't really matter. Which does kind of remind me, I need to, not going to do it right now. I was thinking about doing it right now, but I need to get back into the habit of doing my Pokemon Go trades, or Pokemon Home trades, rather. Because, there was a little bit after the update came out that added support for BDSP and Legends Arceus where that was actually glitched. And so if you went to, I think it was any of the trade screens. I noticed it with the Wonder Box trades, but I think it was any of them. You couldn't, like, select which box you wanted to look at. You just had, like, it just showed you all your Pokemon, and you couldn't, like, select by box. Which wasn't supposed to happen, because they did fix it, and it never had worked like that before anyways, but because of that, I kind of fell out of the habit of doing it. Hey, there we go. Finally, we got a new one. But yeah, especially with, like, how easy legendaries are in Legends Arceus. It's like, there's a very good chance I'm going to start getting stuff through trades in that, or start getting shinies through trades in that. What's up, Chad? Welcome back. Alright. Wow, that's in like the exact same spot the others were hatching as well. Weird. Come on. I don't know why sometimes it just like, when you press A on that screen, it just doesn't do anything. Alright, one more for this set. And I think before I like start the next, or when I start the next set, I'll go mess with those berries real quick, just to like get a new set going. I don't think it really will matter, because like the berries I plant there are the ones that reduce your effort values. So they like give you happiness, but they reduce like one of the specific oh, my words today. Specific values. So like attack or special attack or whatever. So I got those like growing in a bunch of different spots. But like it probably won't ever matter, because I'm probably never going to need to use them. Alright, back down here. Put these away. Alright, let's get 4 more eggs going. Man, I really regret saying that these eggs were spawning pretty fast earlier, because boy, ever since I said that, I've regretted it. They have not been spawning fast ever since then. I have 2, right? Yeah. And Sword is Dynamax Adventures an endgame thing? Kind of. So it's in the second DLC, which in theory you can access pretty early on, actually. But, like, you're not necessarily meant to. So I guess honestly you can access it pretty early on, I think. But yeah, within the second DLC, I mean, it's pretty early. Or they introduce it pretty early. But also, since you're using rental Pokemon in it, so like you can really do it whenever. But I would recommend doing it after at least completing the main story. Alright. Let's... Actually, are these even ready yet? Oh, they are, okay. Alright, oh, hold on. Let me, There we go. Sorry, let me hide that real quick so I can actually see what I'm working with. Okay, so we definitely want to plant these speed ones, it looks like. Yeah, because everything else we actually have a good amount of. Is that everything? Yeah, it is. So yeah, we'll plant all 4 of these. I probably need to get rid of some of those other, berries. Just because, like... I don't know. There's really no point in having them because I'm never going to use them. Alright, back on the bike. Here we go. Back to what we were doing. Let me turn the face cam back on. There we go. I'm curious to see how likely am I to have gotten the Phione tonight once I like get to the end. Nice thing about like this this egg hunt instead of sword and shield is that you can like not pay attention for a lot longer because you're literally just riding in a straight line. Okay, so there's gonna be about like a 32-33% chance that I'll have gotten the shiny by the end of this hunt, assuming I go up to 200, which I should be able to do tonight. Because, you know, doing about 20 an hour, the fact that it's only 20 eggs an hour just hurts. But yeah, about 20 an hour, and then over 2.5 hours, it should be plenty. Actually, I guess I would probably fall a little bit short, but whatever, it's fine. I'll have enough time. We should get up to 200 tonight. I should look into it to see like how much of a difference there actually is with breeding eggs in the Gen 4 remakes as opposed to Sword and Shield. Because it would be nice to know, and I'm sure someone's actually done the math. Or even actually with this, they probably just data mined it. I don't know if Sword and Shield got data mined in the same way. I know this game was like just completely just like torn apart before it even came out. But I don't think Sword and Shield got quite the same treatment. Because I wonder if part of that is because, if I remember correctly, this game is actually made in Unity, which is, I mean, it's fine for a Switch game. It's not like they're trying to be Unreal Engine or anything. But I wonder if just because it's like such a common engine and so easily accessible too, that it's just like made it really easy for them to data mine the game. I do find it really funny, though, that people thought that the reason why the Pokemon Home update was taking so long was because this game was made in Unity. And it's like, no, that's not how things work. Yeah, when I saw like that post saying, or I didn't even see like the original post, I saw other people parroting it, And it's just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, it's not like every, like, game save in every game that's made in Unity has the same, like, format. Like, and also, you know, the same company that developed Pokemon Home was also the developer for BDSP, so, like, how would, like, it just never made any sense to me. And then, not terribly long after that, they announced the update, and it was like, oh no, actually, there's just more to the update than we kind of expected. Still shouldn't have taken as long as it should have, but I mean, is why. It just also doesn't help that Ilka is not great. Man, how are the rest of these eggs taking, like, way longer than... Okay, there we go. That was weird. It was like... It seemed like that took way longer for the second egg to hatch than it should have. Hopefully the rest of them are fairly quick. Alright, we're up over a 25% chance to have seen it by now. Maybe this will be the one. Wasn't the one. Oh yeah, that's another thing I want to do the math on real quick. Your guess is 465. Well, that's still below odds, so I'll take it. It'll take a while to get there because, again, this game takes forever to breed in, but at least it'll be under odds. Okay, so about 11% chance that I'll get it tonight. That's not too bad. Or about 11% chance that any, like, 60 eggs will give you a shiny, which is not too bad. I'll definitely take it over something like Registeel. Honestly, even with how long this hunt is going to end up taking, just because of the number of steps and how quickly you do steps, I don't know. It's making me, like, care even less and less for going back to Registeel. Legends Arceus is so strange. Sometimes it feels like odds are 1 in 100, and other times you go, like, 4 times over odds. I mean, that's just gonna happen. Because, like, even after 100 eggs, you know, your odds are still 1 in whatever. Like, if the odds of getting a shiny are 1 in 100, even after 100 attempts, your odds are still 1 in 100. So, I mean, like, it's obviously unusual that it would go 4 times over, but, like, it's not, like, you know, impossible by any stretch of the imagination. Actually, I can do the math on that real quick, too. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, at 1 in 100 odds, there's still about like a 1.5 to like 2% chance that it'll take you, or that after 400, yeah, I mean, there's about a 2% chance that it'll take you over 400, you know, encounters or eggs or whatever, if the odds are 1 in 100. So it's definitely unlikely, but it can happen. You're finding so many shinies using your same trail for the Burmese. Oh, nice. Yeah, I think maybe this week I'll, like my midweek stream, like Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll do a Legends Arceus hunt. Just to see what we get. You found an Abra. Do I have one? I have an Alakazam. I don't have Abra or Kadabra. Is that number 5? Nope, number 4. Damn it. Oh, speaking of shinies, though, I did see a thing that people are not happy with Pokemon Go today, because apparently, as like, I think the like Pokemon Go Fest or whatever happened today, but apparently like the shiny rate is not the same as it has been in previous events, and so people are like upset about that because they didn't say that that was going to be a change. Nice, so you can help me finish that Evo line? Yeah, that would be awesome. Because, yeah, I did want that Kadabra that you have at some point. And then, so yeah, with the Abra, I mean, that would be perfect. But the problem is, I'm going to run out of things to trade back to you. I mean, like, I guess I can help with, like, your living decks a bit. And actually, I guess I do have a lot of duplicate legendaries. Okay, never mind. I guess there's plenty I can send back to you. But, like, eventually I will run out of stuff. Shield exclusives that you can need for the Shiny Charm. That's a good idea. Yeah, absolutely. I can do that for you. Yeah, I really need to like just make a box in Pokemon Home that has like just the things I want to trade over to you. Because, like, some of the, spare shinies that I have, like, if they're from Legends Arceus, then, obviously you don't need those. But then also, like, the, legendaries and stuff, like, for a shiny charm and stuff like that. Oh, I didn't check today. Let's see if I can check it on my phone. I haven't checked to see if the Pokedex tracker got updated yet. Doesn't look like it. Still says regional dex for the, yep, still hasn't been updated. That's like so weird to me that that site takes so long to update. Like, you would think they would have kind of had that pretty much ready to go with how long it took for Pokemon Home to get updated. Like, even not knowing, like, necessarily what the order of the brand new Pokemon was going to be in the National Dex. But, like, we had a pretty good idea, and I think we were correct, too, because it was just the same order that they appeared in the, in Legends Arceus. But it's just, like, even having to, like, switch those around, that can't possibly be that difficult once you have, like, the rest of it done. You also have a Combi, but it's male if you also want that. I can definitely use that, because I have a shiny Vespiquen. So any Combi works fine for me. Yeah, I might need to look into using a different resource for the Pokedex tracker. I would really like something that, like, allows you to customize it a little bit. Just being able to be like, you know, I don't necessarily want to do the, like, different, the different sexes for every Pokemon, the, like, slight differences between the male and the female. I don't want to get, like, that hardcore into it, but stuff like, you know, the regional forms, obviously, but also, like, Unknown and Alcremie and stuff like that. Or even, like, the alternate forms in general. I just don't really care about doing the gender differences. And, of course, Cerebi also has that kind of laid out weird with the alternate forms. Because, like, it just displays them kind of weird. You have the full evolution line for Geodude, all shiny alphas. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to get my my shiny Golem. And then the most recent Pokemon Pokemon Go Community Day was for Alolan Geodude, so I was able to do that as well. Weird, so that number isn't updating properly? That's fucking weird. That's really something I need to do with my my counter program, is fix it so it always has 2 digits after the decimal. I need to double check to see if there's even, like, an easy way for me to do that, though. Like, I'm sure there is. Just, like, I don't feel like looking it up. I just want to, like, do it my own way pretty quick. But I assume so. I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. Also, I just need to mess with the counter at all at some point again. I was, like, kind of hardcore into working on it, and then I had my issues with the Pokeradar stuff that caused me to, like, stop caring for a little bit. And now it's just like I haven't had the motivation to go back and finish the stuff that I wanted to work on. Actually, if I was smart, I'd probably set it up in some way so it, just, like, it, like, is a browser source instead of just being text. Because that would help a lot with, like, keeping things organized properly, but... oh well. I don't know that I'll get that hardcore into it. But as long as it can read and overwrite from a text file, that's gonna work just fine. Alright. Five hours and 30 minutes for 20 sneasels. Yeah, that's worse than this. That's really bad. I do not envy you trying to do that on. I think, I might be wrong about this, but I wanna say Sneasel is in Sword and Shield. Maybe not. Actually, I should probably look this up before I, let's see. Yes, okay, it is in Sword and Shield. So yeah, you could always, only doing this so your shinies don't all look like participation awards. Okay. But yeah, if you wanted to, you could always, like, breed for it in Sword when you get that. And then just transfer it over. It's probably what I'm... Not even probably. That... Is it faster? I mean... Yes, because Sword, I mean, even at the rate that I'm doing this, I'm doing, you know, 20 eggs an hour, and Sword is a lot faster for breeding. And also Sneasel does not take as many steps to hatch as Phione. So, I mean, this is kind of like a worst case scenario for breeding, and I'm still doing 20 in an hour instead of 20 in 5 hours. Actually, I guess that would be... Actually, no, outbreaks or not outbreaks, but space-time distortions don't have any bonus. So yeah, no, absolutely, it would be faster to breed. If it was like outbreaks, like maybe it would be like close to where it'd be about the same time if it was like an hour for 20 or 5 hours for an hour for 20 in breeding or 5 hours for 20 in outbreaks, but so you're wasting your time. I mean, if you don't have Sword yet, then you're not wasting your time, because you don't have the option to do that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend not bothering with the distortion Pokemon if you can avoid it. It gets delivered tomorrow. Yeah, I mean... I would keep picking at it tonight, but yeah, after that I would probably not mess with that too much. I don't remember if the Gen 4 fossils are in Sword and Shield. Is Burmy in Sword? I want to say it is. Let's see. But maybe not, because actually I don't remember the alternate forms. Okay, today would be nice. Thanks, Internet. It might not be. No, it's not. It's only in the Gen 4 remakes. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Burmy will be as bad as a Sneasel. Because at least Burmy, like, you don't have to wait for, you know, the distortion to spawn. You just check for trees, and if there isn't a tree shaking. Although I'd be weird if there was never a tree shaking. But anyways, you get what I mean, though. Like, it's... You can always be, like, picking at it instead of with the Outbreak Pokemon where you just, like, can't do anything for a while. But yeah, I don't remember if the Gen 4 fossil Pokemon... the Rampardos and whatever the other one is. When I breed, can I do what you're doing, just breeding Sneasels over and over? Yes. Yeah, the breeding is... Mechanically, it's identical between these two games. I mean, this game, again, for whatever reason, this game takes a lot longer to do all the steps, but... As in, when I say, like, do all the steps, I mean, like, literally just, like, the movement, whatever, doesn't, like, count towards hatching the egg as fast. But other than that, yeah, I mean, breeding has pretty much been like this for a long time. You just need to get yourself a foreign ditto, which if you need one of those, I can hook you up. It won't necessarily have perfect IVs, but it should have pretty good IVs. And it'll be a foreign, or it'll be a Japanese ditto. So that way you can take advantage of Masuda method. And then, yeah, between that and the shiny charm, it's 1 in 512 odds. I was going to keep at it, but if I can just get it easier, I'll do that. Yeah, I mean, like, with how long the distortion Pokemon are going to take, it's not worth it. In my opinion, anyways. Like, it would be kind of cool to be able to be like, yeah, I got every Pokemon in Legends Arceus as shiny, and I got them in Legends Arceus. But the distortions are they're just too brutal for that. Because I think the, even with like a perfected Pokedex entry, I think the odds and distortions and just general encounters is like 1 in 580 something. So like it's still not even as good as breeding. And it takes, you know, infinitely longer pretty much. 585, okay. I thought that's what it was, but I couldn't remember for sure. I do have... Yes, okay. I don't know why I got, like, worried that I didn't actually have any eggs on me for a second. What were the odds of finding it on your 4th one seen? Let's see here. About 0.7%. Or I should say it's about 0.7% that you will have, in 4 encounters you would have seen a shiny. So it wouldn't necessarily be the, like, 4th one. Because my smooth brain can't think of how I would do the math on that. I'm sure there's a very easy way, but yeah, you know, very reasonable chance, 0.7%, clearly. Holy shit, Bidoof blessed you? Yeah. Yeah, I got super lucky with when I started playing through the game again. When I started playing through the game again, which reminds me I need to get back to doing that a little bit. The very first Kricketot, like right past the bridge in the Fieldlands, was shiny on the first spawn. Which is also the exact same spot that I found my original shiny Kricketot as well. But yeah, that was like funny. And then yeah, I've seen a shiny Bidoof in like the first pack, or like in the first spawn area, I should say, but not like on the first, you know, few spawns. I think it was after I had beat like the main story, but before like doing all the post game stuff. Because I know it was off stream, which I regret not saving the clip of that on the Switch. I forgot that that was the thing that you could do until afterwards. I wonder if it'll ever happen that I'll have every egg hatch at, like, hatch at the same, time. So just, like, all 5 just back to back to back, etc. Took you until the Mirelands to get your first shiny. I had a few before I got to... Well, I might have got into the Mirelands. I don't remember. But I hadn't, like, actually done anything in it. But yeah, I mean, I think I had my, I had my Cleaver, I had my Weirdeer, my Alpha Dustox. I'm trying to think of what else I might have had. Oh, my Vespiquen, I think, as well. So I had a few, but also I was, like, already shiny hunting before I, like, even left the first area. Which is part of why it took me so long to actually beat the game. I think the game was out for like a month before I actually finally beat it. Is a shiny Living Dex quite a feat in Sword? I mean, yeah. I mean, 400 unique shinies is going to be a pretty big accomplishment in anything. I'm only like just over 200 right now. And that's not in any like one game. But yeah, it definitely would be a feat, just if only because, like, since it was a brand new generation and a lot of those Pokemon are only in Sword and Shields currently, so it's like, you know, there's not a way to have gotten it previously. Any games where I can get Granados shiny easier? If it's not in Sword and Shield, the only thing I can think of would be these games, BDSP, the Gen 4 remakes. Don't know why I'm still writing. It might be in Gen 9, but we have no idea as towards that yet. Breeding as well, yeah, I believe. Other than the Sword and Shield fossil Pokemon, I believe every fossil Pokemon can be bred. And the Gen 8 fossils, it's only because you can't breed those because they're abominations pretty much. Because it's basically the scientist lady doesn't actually know what she's doing. She just like smashes a couple of fossils together and the resulting Pokemon are very cursed and absolutely living in horrible pain their entire existence. So, you know, they can't breed, which is probably for the best. I'm still upset that we never in one of the DLCs got, like, the actual, original forms of the fossil Pokemon. We only got, like, the fuck-ups, basically. Okay, I'm just gonna check these off. Fuck all this, I'm not getting paid to do this shit. I want everything handed to me. Yeah, I don't blame you at all for not wanting to do the distortions. Like, I would say do, like, Burmy and maybe, like, the couple of Pokemon that aren't in, outbreaks at all besides that. And then, yeah, I wouldn't worry about the distortions. Because honestly, even if they were, like, full odds, if you could just, like, if they just spawned normally, it still wouldn't probably be as bad. Having to wait potentially 40 minutes is just like, that's just 40 minutes to potentially get 3 spawns in like a best case scenario for the number of spawns. No thanks. That's just too much. You'll do Burmy, the rest of the unknowns, and Magnezone. That's right. Magnezone spawns in the wild, but not the other two. That's so stupid. And it's also, like, super weird, because, like, I get why Magnezone is, like, in the Highlands, because, like, that's where you evolved the Magnezone in, the original Gen 4 games as well. Or, not the Highlands, but Mount Coronet, anyways. But, like, it's so weird to me that they didn't, like, how would that Magnezone exist if the, Magnemite and the Magneton aren't, like, anywhere to be found? Such a weird decision that they did that, but oh well. I did grab all 5 eggs, right? Yes, I did. Okay. But yeah, I think, like, even having, like, all of the unknown forms as shiny is, like, that's got to be pretty rare. Even for, like, people that, like, do a lot of shiny hunting. Though, granted, up until now, I guess, it's not been very easy to shiny hunt unknown. So that would probably be part of the reason why. But, I mean, even for, like, people playing Legends Arceus, like, there aren't going to be many people who have every unknown form shiny. Like, that's, you know... But yeah, something I would definitely recommend with Sword is, like, after you get the shiny charm and all that stuff, if you have an interest in getting the all the legendary shiny, not like the Sword and Shield legendaries, but like everything that's in Dynamax Adventures, I would, like, work on those. I'd maybe not necessarily, like, get all of them first, but, like, kind of make that your priority, just because, like, you can get so many other just random shinies from that. That's probably, like, probably best to get, you know, do those as much as you can handle. And, like, if you don't like Dynamax Adventures at all, then, you know, just don't do it. Like, I'm kind of... That's the state that I'm in right now. I'll probably go back to them at some point, but I don't really care to get those again. God, that AI is so bad. But, like, the AI is bad, and then the fact that even in, like, single player mode on that, it's like you still have the time limit, and it's not at all enough time. Like, it should probably be like a minute to decide, not like 12 seconds or whatever it is. But, like, you just have no time to evaluate what you're doing. Is Dynamax Adventure Shiny show in the regional decks or national? So there's not really a national dex in Sword and Shield. Like, you can't import every Pokemon into Sword and Shield. So there's not really a national dex. But a lot of the Pokemon that are in Dynamax Adventures will be in the like the main game regional decks for Galar, and then there are also regional dexes for Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra, which are the 2 DLC. But there is a good amount of overlap. I think each DLC only, like, brought back, like, 100 additional Pokemon, but each of their Pokedexes have, like, 200. So there is some overlap between the, between those. And I think, there's a lot... actually, I don't know. I wonder if... I don't think every Pokemon in Dynamax Adventures is in the Crown Tundra Pokedex. I think a lot of them are from outside that. But I don't know that for sure. I will say, actually, though, on that I'm like 99% sure that the actual legendaries themselves are not in any of the Pokedexes. So that's another weird thing. So, like, the National Dex isn't in Sword and Shield, but also there are some Pokemon that aren't in any of the Pokedexes that you can transfer over, like the Gen 7 starters, so like Rowlet and stuff like that, are in the they're like in the game files. You can transfer them from home into the game. And they've actually been available a couple of times, I think. But like they're not listed in any of the Pokedexes, which is weird. And yeah, so it's like it's the same thing with like the legendaries, so like Zapdos. Actually Zapdos might be a bad example, because I think because of the Galarian Zapdos being in it, it might actually show the normal Zapdos as well. But like Mewtwo, I guess, or Rayquaza or stuff like that, those aren't actually in the either like the base game Pokedex or the Crown Tundra Pokedex. Oh, I must have missed one. Oops. Can you get shiny Rayquaza in Sword? Yes, you can. That's how I got my shiny Rayquaza. That was like, as soon as I like completed the Sword or the Crown Tundra story, I just like started shiny hunting Rayquaza. I'm glad I did that before I got frustrated with the Dynamax Adventures, or I got too frustrated, anyways. Yeah, there's a handful of legendaries that are version exclusive between Sword and Shield. So I think Sword has Groudon and Shield has Kyogre. But I believe all of like the third legendaries like Rayquaza or stuff like that are those are all in all of the games. Ooh, yeah, yeah. To be fair, we're not necessarily missing much with Kyogre, because good luck trying to do that with the AI. Like, anything short of, like, actually perfect RNG, and Kyogre's impossible with the AI. And supposedly Groudon is too, but I've actually, like, I did Groudon in the first try, I guess, and so I never had an issue with it. And Zygarde's pretty fucking difficult too. I think Zygarde is, some people consider worse than Kyogre. Have me carry you. The problem is my, and this is a pretty easy to solve problem, I just need to actually buy, Nintendo's online for my second profile, but since like I already got all the legendaries on my main profile in Sword. Oh, and that is one thing actually, so which actually I could be of help with. Actually I could definitely be of help with. Anyways, but if you like say I load up my copy of Shield and I invite you to a Dynamax adventure, even if you don't have Kyogre in like available in your Dynamax adventures, I can have it in mine and you can catch it and then you can like keep it. So even though they are like version exclusive, if you know someone with the other version, then it's like you don't even have to like trade them for it, you can just catch it from their game, which is pretty nice. But yeah, like in theory, I'm down to like help with Dynamax adventures and stuff. But like, also, you've already seen how bad I am about actually like setting up trading and stuff, so that's only going to be worse. But definitely, yeah, I mean, if you can play with other people, Dynamax adventures are 1,000 times better. Just because you can actually like communicate and strategize and stuff. And still, you know, having the timer for selecting which path you're going to take, or like, you know, just like at various points is annoying. But at least in like the actual battles, I don't know if there's a timer. There's definitely not in single player, at least. Granted, it wouldn't make sense that there isn't a timer at all, because I would assume there would have to be if it's online stuff, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, pretty much all of the legendary Pokemon that are like were exclusive to a version in their original games will be are gonna end up being like exclusives in Sword and Shield. Do you think Arceus will ever get events? Probably not. Certainly not like the wild area events in Sword and Shield. I just don't think it's set up in any way for that. I think we might get like one more like kind of small update for it, and then that's probably going to be it. If Gen 9 wasn't coming out at the end of this year, I think it would definitely be getting some sort of like DLC or content, but I don't think there's like any way for them to really do events besides like the normal like code distributions and stuff like that. But I just don't think they designed it with that in mind. I really hope Gen 9 has something like that, because God, that's been like so nice. And honestly, I probably would have stopped playing Sword and Shield if there hadn't been the periodic events in it. It's like, it's definitely a good idea for them to do it. I do really hope that we see raids and Dynamax adventures come back in some form. Obviously, like, I can't stand the AI in it, and that's like the biggest thing that needs to be improved. And like, I understand that the normal raids are most of them anyways are extremely easy to cheese through, because you can just bring in a level 100 Pokemon with perfect stats and just smash the shit out of it. But also, like, if you're going to go through the effort of doing that, I kind of feel like you should be able to just have easy mode. That's just how I feel about it. But, like, they could be a little bit harder. But also, like, the AI is terrible, so, like, they kind of have to be easy because you're not really getting any help. I just hope Scarlet has real co-op. I mean, we do know that it has, like, running around with your friends in the open world. So it's not just like the raids and the Dynamax adventures in Sword and Shield, where, like, you know, you invite them to the lobby, but like it's just for that battle. Like, it does have some form of open world co-op. And I assume, based on like them showing it off as well, it should be at least a little bit more involved than just like the wild area. Oh, that's another tip for you. Make sure that in the actual game, you're not in online mode when you go into the wild area, because otherwise it's going to run like shit. The wild area runs at like 15 frames a second when you have online on. I guess maybe it's better now, just because there might be less people playing, but let me complete the game from start to finish with a buddy. That'd be nice. Again, they did, like, kind of emphasize that there's going to be some form of co-op, so, like, hopefully, I don't know if you'll be able to straight up from start to finish, but hopefully from pretty early on, you can at least, like, kind of do stuff together. I'd be kind of, not even kind of, I'd be very surprised if there's, like, a straight up, like, co-op campaign. But there should be something at least, which will be cool. I have eggs on me, right? Yes, okay. I love how I have to keep on checking because this takes so long that, like, you forget if you actually got more eggs or if you just been riding around with an empty pack. Go. It is nice that we've been getting like more and more like online and co-op stuff with the games recently. I guess Legends Arceus was kind of a step back, but like, you know, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee had, you know, you could both throw balls at the Pokemon. And actually, you got a bonus if you both hit the Pokemon at the same time with the ball. And then Sword and Shield, you had some, you know, co-op battling stuff with the raids and whatnot. And then this game was kind of a step back too, but like this and Legends Arceus were like being spin-offs. I didn't expect as much from them in like regards to that kind of stuff. And like even this, like you do have, you know, the underground. But hopefully they do just like keep moving forward with that, because I mean it's like such a fitting thing for Pokemon. Legends Arceus with a step back and a massive step forward at the same time. Yeah, I mean, like, there's definitely things that were cut down on it that are, like, disappointing, but the fact they, like, completely, you know, it's a completely different game from a normal Pokemon game. Like, even the battling, even still being kind of turn-based, is, you know, not the same. So, like, I don't blame them for some of the, like, kind of secondary features being missing. Yeah, I can't wait to see, like, how much of Legends Arceus ends up in Gen 9. Because I don't think it's gonna really... I don't think Gen 9's really gonna play like Arceus. I certainly hope the battling isn't the same. I definitely greatly prefer the normal, battle styles. But it'll be interesting to see how much of Arceus ends up in Scarlet and Violet. And, how much... Or if there'll be, like, a... You know, a sequel to Arceus. Because there's definitely some things they can do with that. I mean, they can, you know, get into, like, the stuff with Ho-Oh and the legendary dogs from Gen 2. And then there's Kyurem in Gen 5, which is apparently, like, it's split off from, like, the original Dragon Pokemon, or something like that. It's been so long since I've actually been excited for a Pokemon game. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of excited for this game, but I had a feeling it was going to be kind of a phoned-in experience. And then Arceus, I actually had, like, up until a little, you know, a couple days before it came out, honestly, I had, like, not only did I not have good expectations, I had pretty bad expectations for that game. I didn't expect it to be really enjoyable at all. Because just like seeing how poorly the game ran in some of the trailers, and then the fact that it was like meant to be kind of more of an action game, or have at least more action to it than a normal Pokemon game, is like, oh no, this is going to be bad. But then it came out, it's actually like, oh no, it's actually pretty damn fun. Definitely suffers because of the performance, but I mean, it's still a hell of a lot of fun. So yeah, and then with Gen 9 now, I'm like, seeing the like actual trailer that came out this week is like, I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. Especially just seeing that like it isn't, you know, just like a copy-paste of Sword and Shield or something. Like, even if it's not necessarily better, just the fact that it's going to be different at all is going to be cool. What do you mean that game's dialogue sim? I mean, you know, dodging around from the Pokemon and stuff like that. But ultimately, even if like Scarlet and Violet aren't great, as long as they have reasonably easy shiny hunting, then I'll play the shit out of the games anyways. As long as breeding is only like doesn't take too much longer than Sword and Shield, I'll still be playing that game a shit ton. Need to actually watch the second trailer, didn't fully see it. Yeah, it shows off a little bit. I mean, it doesn't... It's not... There's not a whole lot of new information that it brings as opposed to the teaser. It kind of confirms a little bit more in-depth co-op. Again, I don't know how much further it's going to be, but it's at least a little bit more involved than Sword and Shield. It confirms that there's 2 professors, 1 for each version. It shows off the new legendaries, which are cool. I do like that they didn't even bother like trying to render those in game, and like it says at the bottom of the screen, it says this is not in-game footage. But because of that, they just like went full bore on it and made them look really fucking cool for that little clip. But I mean, even besides that, like everything looks better. Like you can see there's like some texture to the Pokemon. Like Sir Viper, I know in like the first teaser, it was pointed out that like you can kind of see the scales on it and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. It's a decent trailer, but it's definitely it's nice because it's just like, I don't know. I usually don't get interested in like trailers for video games, so it's just the fact that I care about this one at all just makes it more interesting to me. Watching this, not gonna lie, the player movement looks clunky. Yeah, maybe. I'd have to watch it again. But to be fair, I also thought the player movement in Legends Arceus looked pretty jank. But you get used to it pretty early on. And also, I feel like the player looks a lot less like Uncanny Valley-esque in this trailer than it looked in the original teaser. There's like something not quite right with like the face and the eyes before. And maybe just, you know, it was just like the angle, the angles that were in the teaser as opposed to the trailer and stuff like that, but it definitely felt like the character model looked better, which is good, because God, it did not look good in the first teaser. Can't say much. They'll fix most of this by release. Hopefully they will. Honestly, I'm fine with the player animation being a little bit jank, as long as like the rest of the game is gonna look a lot better. Which again, at least to me so far, it looks like it. You know, it looks like it's a lot better looking of a game. Oh, and there is actually information on the Pokemon website that actually like confirms some other stuff. I want to say it's been like kind of confirmed that you're going to be able to do the gyms in whatever order you want. Because I mean they've very much emphasized that this is an open world game, which like they didn't do that with Legends Arceus. They did everything in their power not to call Legends Arceus an open world game. And this one just like right front and center with it. They'd be like, yep, open world experience. So that's going to be interesting to see how that stuff works out, especially with like being able to do gyms in whatever order. Grass looks exactly like PLA. Yeah, there's definitely some stuff. If you notice when they start the battle with, I believe, the Smoliv, the like animation where it zooms in on the Pokemon, like the start, you know, the intro animation for the battle is like identical to Legends Arceus. So they're definitely carrying, you know, at least some of the like minor aesthetic stuff over, which kind of like confirms the theory, or you know, is more evidence towards the theory, I guess I should say, that Legends Arceus wasn't really planned. It just kind of happened when like as a result of them making Gen 9, they just realized that, oh hey, we should probably like split this off and make it into its own game. The trading is cool. I don't remember the trading. Like I remember seeing it, and then I don't have any recollection of what I saw then. So I definitely need to watch that trailer again. I still need to watch the Austin John Plays video that like actually like really breaks it down. Because he'll go through like each frame and like, or not like frame by frame, but I mean like he'll like pause it and, you know, like go over all the like little details and stuff. The Pokemon get yeeted into the fucking sky. I don't know, I feel like it's going to be hard to beat the Legends Arceus trade animation. Because that was just like so out of nowhere. And it's like, okay, I'm going to train this Pokemon, and why is my Pokeball turning into a fucking rocket? What? That was really, that was such like a dumb, silly little thing. I will say, I really hope some of the, like, just kind of dumb humor from, the Crown Tundra, I really hope that will, like, continue. And Isle of Armor as well, but I feel like I noticed a lot more in Crown Tundra. But, like, just not taking the experience too seriously. Like, that was so nice in Isle of Armor, just the dumb little jokes. Some of them even being, like, kind of fourth wall breaking. The cliffs have PLA textures. That's a little disappointing. But also, I mean, again, not terribly surprising. The not actual game footage part is literally how you want Pokemon games to look. Yeah, that's how everyone wants Pokemon games to look. Like, that part looks fantastic. And yeah, like you say, if the Switch was not the Switch, it would potentially look like that. Now, to be fair, even with, like, going back to, like, yesterday's discussion about the Switch Pro and stuff like that, even with, like, a new Switch model, it would not look that good. Because it's, you know, assuming they don't give up the mobile part of it and just make it a purely home console, which would be a massive mistake if Nintendo did that. But yeah, like, it would be nice if Pokemon games look like that. I don't ever expect them to really look like that. The only way that would happen would be if... And this is not something that'll ever happen because it's Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, but if they ever, like, released, like, a Pokemon Stadium 3 or something like that, or a Battle Revolution clone or anything, or even, like, a Coliseum, but, like, released it on PC. Again, won't ever happen. But that's, like, the only way that we would ever get something looking that good, at least in the near future. Maybe in, like, a decade we'll be able to have a Switch that looks that good. Make 3 versions of the Lite, the normal, and a Pro. I mean... Again, even with, like, a Pro version, that's just currently the reality of where computer hardware is. It's just not going to look that, you know, it's not going to look that good, or it's going to have to make some compromises in usability and stuff. And then it would be, you know, expensive as fuck, and it's just like, it just doesn't make any sense for Nintendo to go chasing that much. Just slap a 3090 on the back of the console. Yeah. Uh-huh. The other thing is, like, if they, you know, say they took advantage of some of, like, the technology with, like, external GPUs, right? And made it so that, like, if you know, if you're in handheld mode, you know, you're just using the handheld, but if you plug it into the dock, then you have, like, a bunch more, you know, processing power. But the problem is then you start running into that making it a lot harder to develop games, because now they basically almost have to develop 2 versions of the game. So, like, I wish that could be an answer, but, like, it's, again, being Nintendo, it's just, I don't see that happening. The dock should beef out the console, and the handheld mode should stay in 1080. Yeah, but it's... I mean, some stuff like, yeah, you can just, you know, boost the resolution, and that might not affect too much. But, like, the bigger the difference between handheld and docked mode, the more difficult it's going to be to make a game that supports those and, like, doesn't have the handheld mode look really fucking bad. But yeah, I would like to see, like, if we get another Switch, have, like, support for, like, in handheld, have it run, like, I'll even take, like, 900p, honestly, if it's, like, the same form factor as the current Switch, or about the same size, because, like, that's mostly good enough, and, like, you know, you can trade off some graphical fidelity for, more battery life. I think that's fine. But then, yeah, docked needs to be, like, minimum, like 1080, 60. And, like, the games need to be, like, reasonably competent. This might be crazier than everything I just said, but Nintendo can make a launch for Pokemon games on PC. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, like, if they ever did a Coliseum or something like that on PC, that'll never happen. There's absolutely no way in hell that'll ever happen. Though, I guess to be fair, if you had told me when the Switch was coming out that there were going to be some games that supported Xbox achievements on the Switch, I would have called you absolutely fucking insane. And what do you know, that happened. So I guess it's possible, but I don't see it happening. I can maybe see it for, like, if they ever want to make their, it feels weird saying this, but a Pokemon Showdown clone, which is like something like that, like a PC, you know, kind of battle sim, I guess, or something to that effect. Because, like, if they wanted to do that for VGC, which they absolutely should do that, but also, like, then they aren't trying to push sales of the games necessarily as much, so it's a, you know, or hell, even a Game Pass for Pokemon games on PC. Well, that already exists. It's called Pirate Bay. I mean, sorry, did I say that out loud? I mean, download an entirely legitimate copy of a Game Boy Advance, and then, yeah, it's... To be fair, there's some thought that we might get something like that for some of the games on the Switch, because, like, with the, but with, like, the Nintendo Switch Online stuff, it was confirmed recently that there is a Game Boy and Game Boy Advance emulator, because, like, that's how all that stuff, like with the NES and the SNES and all those games that are on the that are included with the Switch Online, that stuff's all just an emulator. And so it's the same thing with the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance ones. So there's some hope. I don't know how likely this is, but there is some hope that we could potentially see, like, the first 3 generations of Pokemon get added to that. Because that would be pretty cool. And, like, I want to say even, like, the or, like, some Pokemon game got actually mentioned in that, because it was mentioned that, like, testing had been done to make sure that, like, trading would work, which, that would be pretty cool. But we'll see, because I don't expect them to go past the first 3 generations, just because then you're running into the issue with, you know, the dual screen for the DS and the 3DS. But seeing that for, like, you know, the, like, OG Ruby, Emerald, and Sapphire, or I said that in a weird order anyways, but, like, or, like, now that you can't buy, or I think you can still buy the Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon games on the 3DS, but you can't use a credit card anymore, because they've, like, disabled that, so as they're, like, kind of winding down the 3DS eShop. The Pokemon look like they follow you. Maybe we can choose which Mons can follow us. I would assume so. You can do that in Isle of Armor, because that wasn't in the base game, but then they added it with Isle of Armor. So when you're in the Isle of Armor or the Ground Tundra wild areas, your Pokemon will follow you. And it'll just be the first Pokemon in your party will be the one that follows you. So I would imagine you'll be able to. It is interesting that that wasn't in Legend Arceus at all. I mean, like, you could throw your Pokemon out, and they could just, like, hang out, but they wouldn't follow you. But I wonder if that's because they couldn't, or they just didn't want to figure out how to make the, like, wild Pokemon, how they would handle that if they attack you or your Pokemon, and then how does that, you know. But it is still surprising they didn't bother to do that. That has to be the case. One of them has a Pikachu and the other 3 are the starters. Yeah. I mean, that could just be because Pikachu's the mascot and then the 3 starters for the game. But yeah, I mean, it would be really weird if we couldn't choose what Pokemon follows us. Also, I think Pokemon can even follow you in this game, can't they? Or it might have been just like the one area where they could do that, I forget. I still find it funny though, that's like a feature that was what was it? It was a feature in Pokemon Yellow version, and then it was a feature in Heart Gold Soul Silver, and then it still didn't come back until as a DLC in Gen 8. I think I saw that, but they turned tiny. No, you're right. Okay, yeah, so they can follow you. And the it's right. So you have to get to like the like area that unlocks it, and then they follow you. But yeah, I mean, some of them are like super tiny, which is kind of funny, to be honest. I think it's funnier than it is like annoying. Because like seeing tiny like stuff like Giratina be super tiny, it's just like, you know, I don't know. I just thought that was like hilarious, and on it feels like that works with the chibi style as well. There's a feature for Pokemon Ranger, but your entire team follows you. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get more like major spin-off games, or like games that are like a massive departure from the normal formula. Like even I'd say Legends Arceus isn't as much of a spin-off as like Mystery Dungeon or Snap or Rangers. Well, actually, I don't know anything about Rangers, so maybe let's not say that one. But like games that are just like completely different, or Pokken Tournament or stuff like that. I wonder if we'll see anything like that this year, or next year rather. I don't think we'll see any other Pokemon stuff this year. I think they're going to be all hands on deck with Gen 9 and like working on the anime to have that ready to launch at the right time, and also the trading card game, stuff like that. Because I mean, that is part of the reason why oftentimes the Pokemon games are kind of not as good as you would really expect them to be, because it's like they have so many different facets of the of like the franchise, and they all like they try and get them all like, you know, ready to go around the, you know, same time for like major launches and stuff. Seems like PLA might be a new version of Pokemon Ranger. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, and then I guess we did get a Pokemon Unite last year as well. And did Pokemon Snap come out last year as well? So I don't know. That'll be interesting. You're such a fan of the Pokemon Ranger games. Yeah, unfortunately, that's just not something that I ever like was on my radar back then. Because I was really only been I really only got interested in Heart Gold Soul Silver, and that was just because of having played the original Gold version, plus like every single one of my friends got the game, or got one of those games. And so we would all just fucking play that shit for hours. I've always been a fan of spin-off games. Yeah, I mean, usually it's interesting, because it's like, it's just a different way to experience the Pokemon world. And like, a lot of times they execute what they're trying to do better than the core games execute, you know, being Pokemon games sometimes. But yeah, like I would love to play a mystery dungeon at some point. The like one that came out on Switch. But like, I don't think I'll get to it at this point. Because it's been out for a while and I haven't touched it. But yeah, I would love to see some spin-offs at some point. Especially because, like, generally there's going to be developed by other developers anyways. So, you know, it's not like it's really going to affect the development of the main games. You're just not getting it because you can't shiny hunt in it. Is there no shinies in Mystery Dungeon? It would make sense. And obviously you can't transfer them, which means there might as well not be any shinies, but... Hey, thank you, Lucian, or Lucian. However you are intended to pronounce that. Thank you for following, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just Mystery Dungeon seems like something that I would enjoy. I don't even know if like maybe I would even finish the game, but like just play it for a little bit. Because I already that was like one of the spin-offs that I actually did know about when I was younger, and it always seemed super interesting to me. And then that new one most recently seemed pretty cool. I don't think I ever got around to playing the demo. I think I watched someone else play it. It does have shinies. Oh, nice. Yeah, it was weird to me that, I don't think Pokemon Snap had shinies. Or at least not, like, in the, you know, completely random sense of it. Because, like, that would be pretty cool. I could see someone spending way too much time trying to get every Pokemon in Pokemon Snap as a shiny. It would also be pretty cool to see like a Pokemon Snap game that isn't just like a on-rail shooter. Like, don't get me wrong, I didn't at all expect anything besides that for the new Pokemon Snap, but it'd be cool if we did get, like, you know, a game about taking pictures of Pokemon, but, like, you can actually move around yourself instead of just riding on the car the whole time. I do have eggs on me, right? Yes, okay. Yeah, it's a shame that, like... It's a shame just, like, Pokemon Snap is just, like... It looks really cool. It's fun for a little bit, it seems like, but then, like... It very quickly wears out its welcome. Because it's just like, okay, wow, this is literally just a non-rail shooter. Okay. Cool. Like, at least with the original Pokemon Snap, it was only, you know, honestly, you could beat that game in a couple of hours, you know? But, like, the new one takes a little bit longer. Maybe if his VR would be more fun. Yeah, I mean, it would be, it's a thing, right? Like, it being an on-rail shooter would make it fantastic for VR. Because that, you know, resolves any issue you're going to have about movement. But, you know, I feel like if you even like mentioning the words VR next to a Switch makes it probably want to melt. So, you know. But, like, that would be so cool, right? Like, let's say Nintendo doesn't, you know, ever release a game for PC, or a Pokemon game for PC, but, like, imagine just, like, a VR tech demo. Just, like, a free, like, 30-minute experience. Like, oh, shit. It would be like when Valve just like made Left 4 Dead 2 free for Christmas one year or something. It was like sometime around Christmas. They were just like, hey, yeah, Left 4 Dead 2 is going to be free. And it like killed the Steam servers for the entire day because everyone was downloading Left 4 Dead 2. I feel like that would also happen if there was ever like a short VR experience for Pokemon. You'll be the psycho trying to punch every Pokemon. Yeah, imagine being like next to an actual 2-scale Wailord or something like that. Like, that would be like freaky as shit. Because Wailord's fucking massive. Even like with how it gets scaled down in the game, it's like pretty big. But like the actual Wailord is, you know, insane. Which actually, funnily enough, with that wasn't my last one, was it? No. In Isle of Armor, actually, there's a spot where there's a Wailord in the world, and it is like actually massive. I don't know if it's as massive as it should be lore-wise, but it is like pretty damn big, and you can actually like battle it and stuff, which is cool. Oh yeah, no, punching Paris is like a requirement. Actually, the requirement is to break out a flamethrower and set your room on fire in an attempt to kill it, because you forgot that you're in VR, but... yeah, fucking Paris. Like, I didn't care about Paris before, because whatever, it's Paris. But then, boy, do Legends Arceus make you really just hate that awful creature. Once that, you're somewhere in, like, in the same zip code as me? Okay, I'm gonna aggro and come attack you then. Like, cool, thanks. Like, Paris and Murkrow. Murkrow is fucking bad, too. Actually, Murkrow is worse, because at least Paris, like, it's stuck to the, you know, it's a land-based animal. Or bug, I guess, actually. Or fungus. Anyways. But, like, Murkrow can just fly over to you. Like, fucking goddamn it. Yeah, I think we're definitely going to do some Legends Arceus hunting on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Because I'm definitely getting back into the mood for it now. What was that? 3? 3. And then maybe the week after that we'll do, we'll try and get Ditto. Like, I have, unlike last time, I guess you can't really see it, hold on. I have, oh my god, hold on. Yeah, I have enough repels. I will not run out of repels this time. I did the math. It's like, it's basically statistically impossible that I won't get the Ditto this time. Or that at least they'll run out of repels before getting the shiny Ditto. I just need to, like, actually, like, do that hunt again. And then maybe, this is a big maybe, but maybe I can consider, like, doing some more Poke Radar hunting. Probably not, just because it does take a while. If you, like... either it takes forever to try and get a chain of 40, or even if you just go to, like, a chain of 20, it just takes a really long time. Like, when I failed the Ditto hunt, basically, that was, like, 200 repels that I burned through. And that still took me, like, 6 hours. First time seeing the Alpha Parasect, you want to get close to it, but then you get attacked by Paris because they don't care that you're in grass. Yeah. Just give me a second here. I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be right back. Alright, recording resumed. So yeah, I did have all my eggs, right? So yeah, I should definitely be able to hit 200 tonight. It doesn't seem like we're going to have really any time for Registeel, but that's fine. Now that I'm, like, back on track with this, hopefully at least maybe, like, Saturday and Sunday streams, I should be able to do, like, some Registeel encounters. Hey, what's up, Vivian? Welcome back. Yeah, I need to get that Registeel someday. Just to, like, get that hunt over with. Because, like, I already have the other awful hunts that I'm going to have to do in this game. And I'll probably have to, probably going to have to do, Registeel and Regidrago in Sword and Shield. You're good. Fan P is deciding it wants to be your longer hunt. Ow. Well, hopefully it doesn't go too bad. But yeah, something I, like, probably consider a little bit is, trying to get all of the... Trying to get all of the Gen 8 Pokemon shiny before Gen 9 comes out. So I think, like, bare minimum, for sure, I want to get all the regional forms. Or all of the, Galarian form Pokemon. Just like Stunfisk and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know... Because I don't know if it's realistic that I can get all of the Gen 8 Pokemon at this point. I would have to look to see how many I have to do, but it would take a bit. And well, some of them I wouldn't be able to. Like, I'm not going to try and get, like, Dracovish and shit like that. That is... no. I don't even think that, because, like, you can... There is a way to kind of do it with, save scumming and, just doing the trade over and over again. Or not trade, but, you know, you give the scientist lady the fossils and she gives you back the Pokemon. But I don't remember if that, is affected at all by the shiny charm. If it's not, there's absolutely no way in hell I'm doing that. The Phanpy doesn't want to appear in under 70 eggs, apparently, so now you're at 150, which isn't even that bad. Yeah. I mean, up until, 512, you're still below odds, so... Yeah, 150 isn't too bad at all. That's just how, breeding is. Especially in BDSP. Because, yeah, the step rate is not as good in BDSP. For the fossil mons, they are affected by the shiny charm. Interesting, okay, so that makes that possible. But yeah, I'm kind of considering right now, like finishing this hunt, obviously, and then, getting my Ditto in this game as well, my shiny Ditto, and then maybe just working on, like, Shaman and Arceus and Darkrai. I can work on those off-stream. And, like, I won't have to worry about leaving those areas either. I think you can leave the areas and come back later, but I won't even have to worry about that. And then, just focusing on breeding and Sword and Shield. Or, like, you know, with the fossils. Just, like, try and get all those Pokemon. I might consider doing that. You have a 4-inch shiny Ditto if I want one. I'm fine on that, if only because I'm stubborn and I want to get this fucking Ditto that I've already failed twice to get. Kind of twice. Once I kind of gave up. The second time I absolutely gave up because well, actually, let me take that back. I didn't give up. I ran out of repels, and I was forced to give up. That was such a bad day. Ditto is a pain, yeah, because you can't breed it in any way, so you have to do it with encounters, pretty much. And, yeah, the Poke Radar is a thing, but, like, trying to get a 40 chain. Or even, like, what I did was I went up to 20. And then, even doing that, I burned through, like, 200, where is it? I have the screenshot somewhere. Let me see if it's on my phone. I might have saved it to this. Yeah, I did. So yeah, I did 743 Poke Radar resets after getting up to a 20 chain, which was about an 80%, or the exact amount was an 80.47% chance of having gotten the Ditto, and I ran out of repels at that point. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of like, it's a matter of pride for me to get my own Ditto at this point. And I already have I have my, all my Dittos are foreign because I have my Pokemon Shield. That save is actually, the language is in Japanese. Not that I speak Japanese, but since I had already played through the game a couple of times, I had an idea, of, what was going to happen, so I didn't really need to know how to read it. Will I see a shiny effect with this Phione? There should be something. I haven't seen what the shiny effect is when you hatch a shiny, but there should be some sort of effect. And also, yeah, Vivian, to go back to, what you said earlier about the prep for the fossil hunt, yeah. It isn't too bad, depending on how many you wanna do, like in per batch of them. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of time is sitting over at the Digging Brothers and just hoping you get the rare fossil that you need. It does give a sparkle effect. Jesus. And does like a small ring of tiny stars. Okay. Yeah, I figured there would be something, because I know there's something for, with the other games as well. You've only seen it 4 times, and it's out the corner of your eye, but it's enough to make you notice it. Yeah, I thought that would be the case. And just the fact that it's like an additional animation is already gonna like kind of pull your attention, just because it's like, wait, what's weird about this one? Oh, hey, it's a shiny. But still, good to know. Alright, gonna have a couple more sets of Phione tonight. Also, I just noticed we're up over 30%. Which, I mean, still isn't like crazy good odds that I would have gotten it by now. Because, I mean, like, there's a 30% chance that I would have seen the shiny already. But also, there's a 70% chance that I wouldn't have, so, When you got your Snubbull shiny, you literally only noticed because of the added animation with the shiny effect, yeah. Yeah, especially for Pokemon that aren't very obvious. Like, Phione's actually not very obvious either, but at least, like, the gem in the, like, center of it is, like, very obvious. But stuff like Garchomp or Gengar or just stuff like that where it's virtually the same, or Togepi, that entire line. Actually, Togepi's like the most obvious one, but the other two are much worse, especially Togekiss. You got a 23.2% chance for your shiny tracker right now. Sounds about right for 150. That's around where I was yesterday. Alright, we need one more after this. But yeah, I mean, that's why I like breeding. It's not like, oh, I really... But yeah, it's like, I feel like breeding is the perfect sweet spot where it, like, it doesn't take too long, but it does take long enough that it's like, it feels rewarding to get it. And like, knowing that, like, you know, it's not like a crazy good chance, but like, when there's a 0.2, I think? Yeah, because 1 in 100 would be 1% chance. So yeah, there's a 0.2% chance with any egg with Shiny Charm and Masuda method. But yeah, there's like, you know, 0.2% chance, so that doesn't seem like a lot, but like, it adds up. You do it 500 times, and there's a pretty good chance you'll have a shiny. $135 eggs so far. Somehow you miscounted. Oh, don't worry. The only reason why I'm able to keep track of this is because, like, since it's in groups of 5, it's, like, kind of hard to get off from that. Like, there's never going to be a point where I hatch all of these, but I'm going to have, like, 193 or something like that. Like, if I see that, I instantly will know, hey, I fucked up somewhere. I need to, like, double count. Or recount. But yeah, that's like when I do Registeel, I have like my counter on like my main PC, and then on my laptop I also pull open the calculator, and just whatever number I'm starting from, I add 9 to that, and then just every time I finish a set with Registeel and I'm resetting, I hit enter again, so that way it adds 9 more. Because otherwise I will absolutely lose count of that one. I would probably think I'm at like 3,400 instead of like 3,700 almost with Registeel. I think I'm up near 3,700. I can check right now. Oh wow, actually I'm over 3,800. So yeah. Yeah, I really need to work on this counter some more. I just like at least flesh it out a little bit. Also, I'm gonna have to set up a scene again for when I do Ditto. Because like I still have the original scene that had like all of the different counts and stuff. But, like, I've changed stuff since then, so some of that might be broken. Hey, what's up, Excalibur? Welcome back. But, yeah, I need to add, like, some of the stupid, like, meme sound effects to it and stuff like that. Also, it'd probably be a good idea to make it a little bit more user-friendly than being like a command prompt terminal. That might be a good idea as well. But honestly, I think I would have to, like, redo most of it from the ground up. Since I didn't mess with any of the, graphical stuff. I don't know why I feel like this, the set of eggs is taking even longer than normal. Maybe close to hatching. Unfortunately, I have no idea how close that puts me. Because I don't know, like, I don't have those little text blurbs memorized for, like, what they mean. Because usually, like, it doesn't, you know, matter. I don't really care. I'm just gonna go until they hatch. I was just curious, though. But I do know that there's one that's a lot worse than that. Because it basically says it's nowhere near close to hatching. So we're at least past that point. I'm so glad they, what did that egg text thing say? Oh, it said it's shaking occasionally and maybe close to hatching, I believe is what it said. Alright, well that one, at least, I know that one means it's probably close, because it literally says it's close. But yeah, I wonder, I gotta assume that this, like, line here was intentional. Like, the fact that the grass and, like, all the ramps and stuff all line up. But it'd be funny if it, like, wasn't intentional. It just happened to be laid out like that. Oh, there we go. And it's starting. Shaken occasionally is... it's close, but still has a ways to get, or still has some ways to go, or some steps to go. And one saying nothing is heard is it's not close. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, come on, Shiny. It'd be really nice to get this tonight. Honestly. Because then I can just start something else on the next stream. Probably something in Sword and Shield. Because I am kind of like liking the idea of trying to commit to getting all of the Sword and Shield new Pokemon shiny. Alright, one more. Hopefully it hatches, like, near the old man. I think I should have one more anyways. Yes, okay, I do. Alright, well, it wasn't in this set. One more set of these, then we're gonna wrap up for the night. So something else I just thought of that would be really nice if they would do in Scarlet and Violet is make it so that these sprites will be shiny if it's a shiny. Because like even if one of these was shiny, it wouldn't like show the shiny like colors for those sprites. It will if like you bring up the model in the top right, like in the game, where it'd be covered up by my face cam. That's why I didn't bother to do it. But I just like would appreciate seeing those the sprites be shiny. I mean they kind of are in Pokemon Home. And they were, I guess, in well, kind of. They weren't really sprites in Legends Arceus. But the little, like, profile pic things were, they would show if it was shiny or not. So hopefully they do that. Alright, one more after this. Man, it's going to be great when I have to replace my Joy-Cons again at the end of this year, because doing this is just going to murder them. But at least I'm not, like, just riding in front of them. Because, like, it would be a little bit faster. Because you do rack up steps a little bit faster doing that, but it's, like, it's not great. Well, it's, like, not great, and it's not going to make enough of a difference to, like, be worth having to spend a bunch of money on Joy-Cons. Actually, I should find those old Joy-Cons. Maybe I should be using those for when I do this. That would actually be a pretty good idea, because this isn't like Legends Arceus where, like, you know, it was kind of difficult to play with the right stick not working properly. In fact, actually, the right stick not working properly on the old Joy-Cons is perfectly fine. Because, like, you don't do anything with the right stick in this game. I'm sure there's something that you do with it, but, like, for breeding, it's not necessary. And same with the Sword and Shield, actually. It doesn't, like, for most of the game, wild areas are separate, but for most of the game, you don't control the camera. Heard somewhere that walking diagonally counts as 2 steps, making the process faster. Yeah, I mean, that's the same, same kind of logic as, like, if instead of, like, riding up and down, you just spin around. Because you're covering extra steps. And so, yeah, that, like, diagonal thing would, can you go diagonal? I mean, I know you can with this. You can't really do diagonals with the D-pad. Even if you press, like, up and right, it, like, picks one. But yeah, there's just, like, there's not necessarily a good area to do diagonals. Otherwise, I would probably, you know, that does make a lot of sense when you're saying. I don't think it'll count necessarily as 2. Actually, I don't know how they're doing the counting of the steps. But, like, the diagonal would be technically a longer distance than, like, just 1 step right or 1 step up. But, yeah, I don't know. The movement in this game is kind of wonky anyway, so hearing that does not surprise me at all. I can definitely see how if you're just doing diagonal, it would just be counting, like, per, like, grid squares. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably not doing a whole heck of a lot more breeding in this game. Or at least I'm going to be, you know, mostly breeding in Sword and Shield. Just because it's just faster in that game. The steps get racked up faster. So, I mean, this is perfectly fine for the occasional hunt. Yeah, another nice thing about this is, for like, you know, hatching the eggs, I'm literally just pressing up or down on the D-pad. I don't have to touch anything else on the controller. Like, even with Sword and Shield, you have to, you know, you have, you know, a little bit more control, so you have to pay a little bit more attention. Especially when, like, turning around and stuff. Alright, now I'm just curious. I shouldn't have, like, looked at that one egg, because now I'm, like, just curious in general. Okay, so we're, like, halfway there. Or hopefully better than that, actually. I do wonder, so going back to trying to get like all the Galar Pokemon shiny. I wonder if we'll get any more of the Gen 8 legendaries as like shiny distributions before the Gen 9 games come out. Like surely we've got to get like at least Eternatus, right? Yeah, like, obviously, trying to get all the Galar Pokemon shiny, there is the asterisk of all the ones that can be gotten shiny, because there is some stuff that's shiny locked. I'm sure we won't see all of those legendaries. Like, we won't see shinies for Eternatus and Urshifu and Calyrex. That's not going to happen. But, well, there we go. But hopefully we get, like, one or two at least. Alright, last set of eggs. Got 4 more left tonight. Oh. Right off the bat with that one. Alright, 3 more eggs. Come on, let me see that yellow gem. Okay, this actually went a little bit faster than I expected. So that's nice. I guess I don't know why I'm surprised about that, though, because I was doing, like, 50 eggs and then, 50 Registeel. So, I mean, it should be taking me about... So it's about, like, 25 an hour. It's a little bit better. Yeah, 2 more. Okay. But that means on average for Phione, it's going to take 20 hours. Oh my god. On average, it's going to take 20 hours to get a shiny Phione. Oh my god, that's terrible. Yeah, breeding in this game takes too long. I mean, it isn't, like, too bad, especially because I don't really have a choice for Phione, but yeah, no, I would like to... I hadn't even thought about, like, doing the math on how long that was going to take. Oh. $20 hours to breed one shiny is not ideal. Just get it in 4 attempts. Yeah, like my fucking, my shiny, Azurill, I think it was, that I got in I think it was like 4 eggs, actually. It was something really low. It might have been like 7 or something. It was in the single digits, though. That was a really hype moment. Okay, well, no shiny Phione tonight, unfortunately. But I mean, we'll get there. We're almost at a 30, like a 1/3 chance of getting it. Or like 1/3 of shiny hunts would have seen it by now, or close to 1/3 anyways. Oh. So let's move these over. We've bred just a few, Phione. Just a few. Didn't I... Let me try this again. I know I already tried to do this, but I do kind of want to try it again. I don't know why, but I do. But I want to see if I can go mystery trade these real quick. I'm like, I know I can't, because they're considered a mythic. And you can't, like... I don't know if you can trade the legendaries, but you definitely can't trade the mythics. Or you can trade them, but you can't, like, mystery trade them. Which is annoying. If I can't, I'll trade something random, because I think I only need 1 more to get to the next, reward. Maybe I'm misremembering that? Oh, okay, no, it was a lot more than 1. Okay. We won't do that, but... Yeah, that sucks. I really wish they wouldn't keep doing that. Like, I get that, like, it's probably somehow to combat, like, hacked Pokemon, but, like, especially with, like, Phione, a Pokemon that you can literally breed for. Like, I understand for, like, a, you know... Or I understand more for, like, a Pokemon that's purely an event distribution. Anyways. Okay, let's actually wrap up now. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it as always. We'll just be doing more of this tomorrow. And then Monday will be Minecraft. As usual, that'll probably be a shorter, like, 2-hour stream as well. And then, yeah, either Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll do, not Ditto. What was I gonna do? Oh, Legends Arceus. Yeah, we'll do a Legends Arceus massive mass outbreak hunt. But yeah, and then I don't know. We'll see if we get this Phione tomorrow. Then who knows what we'll be starting next week. But yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I always feel like there should be more that I'm saying here, but there's really like not much else for me to say. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.